and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Jimmy Dore, Aaron Mate, Max Blumenthal. They've all been correct. All of them correct about why the United States is overseas, why we are involved in these ridiculous regime change wars and these coups. We're after the resources. Now, Democratic and Republican lawmakers who perfected their neoliberalism, neoconservative talking points, a script given to them by their owners, Wall Street executives, big banks, corporations, the military industrial complex, big oil, etc., etc., etc. They have the script of, we're there in Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, Venezuela, Somalia, for freedom, to rebuild their country, to establish a democracy. We're there for freedom, 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 liberty, liberty, liberty. We all know it's a lie, but it's so rare that we actually get a politician that will tell the truth. And that politician is Donald Trump, because he said something that Ronald Reagan would never say, George Bush Sr. would never say, Bill Clinton would never say, George Bush Jr., remember that clown? He would never say it. Obama would never say it, and Biden would never say it. Trump told the truth about why we were in Syria. We're there for the oil. The first time ever. That's right. If you served in the military from the war on terror up until now, the only reason why we've been involved in all these conflicts is for the resources, for the oil. Smedley Butler, United States Marine Corps General. Greatest American patriot ever. Every single school, street should be named after him because he wrote a book about why war is a racket. Prevented a fascist coup from taking place here in America. Most unsung hero in U.S. history. Fellow Marine. He told the truth. No one wanted to listen, but Donald Trump told the truth, and I hope all of you are listening too. Shout out to Aaron Mate for retweeting this video, because Trump's going to tell you about what would happen. What would happen if he was president and this deal about oil in Venezuela? A good example why the national security state hates Trump. They share his policies. They just don't like his honesty. And yes, folks, sometimes the truth is harsh and disturbing. This is not an endorsement of Trump, but Trump is telling the truth here. Donald Trump is telling the truth.
Buying oil from Venezuela. When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door. But now we're buying oil from Venezuela, so we're making a dictator very rich. Can you believe this? Nobody can believe it. You know where the oil, their oil is garbage. It's horrible. The worst you can get, tar. It's like tar. And to refine it, you need special plants. And these people, how about we're buying oil?
Yeah. Goes on to say it. The oil's terrible. Oil's terrible. Oil's terrible. But he would take their oil. I want to pull up this great collaboration video from Shut the F Up Shite Lib 3. Got to be careful because of YouTube and its guidelines. But this is a video where Jimmy Dore. I know, we're talking about Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore. Why are we talking about Jimmy Dore? Consistency. Jimmy Dore has been calling out the neoliberal establishment of both parties. Now, it's easy to go after Republican lawmakers. We know where they stand. But Democratic lawmakers are just as bloodthirsty as Republican lawmakers, especially for supporting the military-industrial complex. And when people like Jimmy Dore speak truth to power, it offends the Democrats. But again, hey, Jimmy Dore is going to call out Donald Trump because Donald Trump is telling the truth about why we are overseas. Why there is so much madness and stupidity happening right now.
And how do I know we're there to steal their oil? Because the president of the United States said so.
Then they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil.
That is the truth. If that was Obama, Bill Clinton, Bush Sr., Bush Jr., Ronald Reagan, or even Biden, that senile old goat, they'd be saying something different. For freedom, helping the people, rebuilding their infrastructure, restoring democracy, stopping a tyrant. Trump told the truth to the American people. That's right, my fellow Americans. The reason why we are overseas is because of the oil.
You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil.
The president of the United States admitted that our foreign policy is based on stealing other countries' fossil fuels, which is what we're doing right now.
How about we're buying oil from Venezuela? When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door. But now we're buying oil from Venezuela, so we're making a dictator very rich. Can you believe this? Nobody can believe it.
Again, Jimmy Dore being consistent, as is RBN, Convo Couch, Hard Lens Media. Hell, I'm going to throw in Russell Brand. Everybody. Max Blumenthal, The Gray Zone, Aaron Mate, Mint Press News. Why are we overseas? For the oil and resources. I know that if some other foreign country did that to us, people would be screaming bloody murder.
Oh, Ixnay on the oil, No. That's the inside conversation.
But Trump gave away the secret sauce. He gave away the secret formula. Why the U.S. is overseas. Sort of like that thumbnail that used to be prevalent back in the day before BuzzFeed went belly up. Why I left BuzzFeed. Why the United States is overseas with a big old oil barrels right behind Uncle Sam giving a thumbs up.
The oil. I took the oil.
I guess they're not going to play that when they're recruiting new soldiers. I bet they're not going to play that then, right? Because now it's obvious. Hey, you want to join to go fight for oil?
How about we're buying oil from Venezuela?
Here's what I picture his staff. This picture of staff is
Then
like,
they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil.
That's a perfect reaction. It's like, dude, you can't tell the American people the truth. Don't you dare tell Democrat voters, Republican voters, independent voters, boomers, Gen Xers, millennials, Gen Z, black, white, yellow, all the religions, everybody. Don't you dare tell them the truth. If the American people found out the truth, why, they could potentially get rid of us. We're going to play that again.
Well,
here's what I picture his staff. This picture of staff is
then
like,
they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil. The only troops I have are taking the oil. They're protecting the oil. The United States has the oil. So they say,
Like, shut up! Trump, shut up! Hey, I'll give respect to Trump for this. And yes, if Vote Blue no matter who gets triggered by my words, I don't care. I don't respect you, Vote Blue no matter who. Okay? Because Hill Dog would have led us to war too. Trump is telling the truth. Why we're overseas. Just like that skit from Dave Chappelle on SNL about the fact that we don't have free and fair elections and the system is rigged. And when the moderator asked, well, why? Because Trump told the truth to the American people again. Because I've used it. Trump was good friends with Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. Vote blue no matter who. Trump used to be a Democrat. And to quote Donald Trump from the first Republican primary of 2016, the first debate that took place, he said, I give these people money. Because, again, conversation was money in politics. I give these people money, and they do what I say. Another time, Trump gave away the secret sauce about the fact that our system's rigged. And then when the moderator asked of all the politicians who've taken money from Trump, they all raised their hands. Trump, when he was a Democrat, also gave money to Democratic lawmakers, including a person named Hillary Clinton and other Democratic politicians too. He gave them money. And you're a fool to believe that they didn't do what he said either. Trump has used this neoliberal system for his benefit. Vote blue no matter who. You might be triggered by this, but Trump's still going to be running in the 2024 primary. And dare I say it, he has the potential going into the general election. He's honest. He's ripping off the face of neoliberalism. And your Democratic lawmakers, well, they're always going to lie to you, just like an abusive partner. Here, let's watch that again. Just one more time for fun. For fun.
This picture of staff is
then
like,
they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil. The only troops I have are taking the oil. They're protecting the oil. The United States has the oil. So they say,
I just want to let you know that it's kind of refreshing to hear a guy. He's not lying. The first time he's not lying, he's telling the actual truth. Isn't that wild? Kind of. It's like. Want to hear it again? Because it's kind of awesome.
Then they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil. The only troops I have are taking the oil. They're protecting the oil. I took over
We're taking
the oil.
We're not taking
Well,
oil.
maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Even the Fox News people had to jump in like, dude. Shush, 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 shush. Come on, what's wrong with you? We're Fox News. We're not supposed to tell the truth. Why are you giving away the secret sauce, the original recipe? Give away Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. Come on, Trump. Shush. Because watch Fox News again. Try again, correct it.
Want to hear it again? Because it's kind of awesome.
Then they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil. The only troops I have are taking the oil. They're protecting the oil. I took over
We're taking
the
oil.
oil.
We're not taking
Well,
oil.
maybe we will. Maybe we won't. How about we're buying oil from Venezuela?
We have to sell it.
Oh, maybe we should take it, but we have
Yeah, the newspaper's like, well, we're not taking the. Oh, well, maybe we fucking will.
the oil. I took the oil.
He won't stop fucking saying it.
Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door.
Wall Street Journal.
Move. the oil. I took the oil.
He won't stop fucking saying it.
Taking the oil, taking the oil, taking the oil. That's the only reason why. Now, someone explain to me why Jimmy Dore is not being consistent. Why RBN or Hardlands Media, Convo Couch do dissidents. I'm going to throw in Russell Brand. Hey, I'm even throwing Joe Rogan here just to trigger so many people. The only reason why we're overseas is because we're taking the oil. That's the only reason why American troops are everywhere. Ridiculous regime change wars. Let's look at what happens in the aftermath. I mean, Syria is still a devastated war zone. Libya, open slave market there. It wasn't like that before. Oh, geez. The war zone known as Iraq. Yeah, we're even there in Afghanistan for various other resources. That pull-out method wasn't very clean, though. I mean, let's face it. Even this conflict in Ukraine, it also has to deal with resources, gas, natural gas, and other valuable materials. That's the only reason why the U.S. is everywhere right now. Not for freedom, not to end slavery or tyranny, not to rebuild war zones or uplift people and show the greatness of America. That's a fool's dream. Here, the real reason why we're there, the only reason why we are there, the only reason why is, again, unending, ridiculous war. It doesn't have to be this way. It shouldn't be this way. I wish that it wasn't. But alas, here we are. Here, one more time. One more time so you all can see just how bad it really is. Let me refresh it.
How do I know we're there to steal their oil? Because the president of the United States said so.
Then they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil.
The president of the United States admitted that our foreign policy is based on stealing other countries' fossil fuels, which is what we're doing right now.
How about we're
That's why we're there. That's why there's unending war. That's why there's madness and stupidity. Things should be different, but it's not. So it doesn't matter who you vote for, who sits in the White House, be it Democrat or Republican. It doesn't matter who controls the Senate and House, be it a Democrat or Republican, because all these lawmakers are doing insider trading. They're connected to big oil, the military-industrial complex, big pharma, the healthcare insurance industry, the prison-industrial complex, and so on and so on and so on. The powers that be, Wall Street executives, big banks, etc., they dictate policy. We have sociopaths running the show. And the only reason why we are in other countries is for the oil. And the president of the United States, Donald Trump, admitted it. And now on the campaign trail, he's admitting it again, too. What would happen if he was president? What would happen to Venezuela? There for the oil. Even though, to quote Trump, that oil's garbage, but he still wants it. It's one big club. Diehard Republican voters, diehard Democratic voters. You will never, ever have a seat at the table. And once again, Jimmy Dore is correct.